Welcome to Meaningfulness, Engineering Purpose in a Complex World podcast series. I'm Djeff B., Principal Architect at Meaningfulness Media Group, where we build rigorous frameworks to uncover objective meaning through authentic connection, ethical systems thinking, and responsible stewardship in an age of AI and informational chaos. If you're seeking evidence-based insights on philosophy, psychology, and human flourishing, you're in the right place. Let's begin.
Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to talk about building something that'll outlast any skyscraper, support you more than any bridge. We're talking about relationships. And the blueprint for every single one of them, it's communication. So let me ask you a question. What's the single most important structure you will ever build? And before you start thinking about a house or a business or even your career path, it's not any of those. It's that intricate, sometimes messy, but always deeply rewarding network of your relationships. Okay, so if we're thinking about relationships as these big structures we're building throughout our lives, well then communication has to be the blueprint, right? It's the absolute cornerstone. It dictates the strength, the shape, the longevity of everything you build with other people. And let's be super clear about this right from the get-go. Communication, it is so much more than just talking. It's more like this incredibly intricate tapestry. It's woven from the words we say, sure, but also the feelings behind them and all those unspoken subconscious cues we're constantly sending and receiving. And that whole tapestry, that's what really defines how we connect with each other. All right, so we've got this blueprint. How do we actually use it to build something real, something lasting? Let's break it down and look at the actual building blocks of connection, how communication literally constructs our relationships, starting from that very first hello. What's fascinating is that communication kind of has this dual role. It plays two really distinct but equally vital parts. On one hand, it's that initial spark, right? That simple hello or a timely compliment that can just ignite a friendship. But then it's also the oxygen that keeps that fire going. It's the medium we use to express everything, our thoughts, emotions, hopes, worries. It's how we truly connect. And hey, this isn't just for your personal life. Think about work. In any professional setting, communication is the absolute linchpin holding the whole thing together. When it's bad, you get misunderstandings, inefficiency, lost opportunities. It's a mess. But when it's good, that's when you see real collaboration, team dynamics that actually work, and real success. Okay, let's get to the real heart of the structure now. Let's talk about how love finds its voice. Because one of our most powerful emotions, love, well, it is completely and utterly reliant on the quality of our communication. I love this quote here because it just nails it. In the tapestry of romantic relationships, skillful communication serves as the canvas where love's portrait takes shape. Think about that. Love is this huge, powerful feeling, right? But it needs a place to exist, a medium to be expressed and actually seen. And communication, that's the canvas. Right, and love isn't something you just find and then you have it forever. It's not static. It's a living, breathing thing that needs constant nourishment to survive. And the most potent food you can give it? It's transparent, sincere communication. It's that simple and that hard. And the flip side, the consequence of neglecting it, it's pretty stark. This metaphor here just paints such a vivid picture. A partnership without communication is like a garden starved of sunlight. See, it doesn't just stop growing. It actually begins this slow, painful decay, withering away until there's nothing left of what was once a flourishing connection. But what happens when the structure gets compromised? When the blueprint is misread and little cracks start to show up. Let's dive into this because, let's be honest, this is a phase we all go through. Yeah, miscommunication, it's not just some innocent little mistake. A better way to think of it is as a fissure, a real crack in that architectural bridge that connects you to another soul. And if you just ignore it, well, that tiny little crack can just keep widening and widening until it's a huge, impassable barrier. And these cracks, they create this really dangerous domino effect. It's never just one awkward conversation, is it? It cascades, it spills out, fostering bitterness and detachment in your personal life, leading to mess-ups at work. It can tarnish your reputation, and yeah, it can completely sever connections you've spent years nurturing. It's serious stuff. And here's the kicker, the damage isn't just external, it's internal too. These breakdowns, they don't just hurt the relationship, they have a profound impact on our own emotional well-being. That mental strain, the anxiety you feel when you're misunderstood, that is so real, and it is so, so damaging. Okay, but here's the good news, and there is good news. We are not helpless here. We can absolutely repair these cracks, and you know what? We can even build stronger foundations than what we had before. We need the right tools for the job, our own Master Builder's Toolkit. So, what's tool number 1? The first, and maybe the most powerful tool in the whole kit, is the art of active listening. And look, this is not just quietly waiting for your turn to talk. No way. It's a truly engaged process. It means, like step 1 says, putting aside your own preconceived ideas and judgments. Step 3 is huge, listening to understand the emotions behind the words, not just the words themselves. And then, step 4, you validate their emotional state. This little shift is everything. Instead of saying, don't be upset, you say, wow, I can see why that would be so frustrating. That tiny change creates security and makes the other person feel genuinely heard. All right, the second tool in our kit is recognizing that communication goes way beyond words. I mean, we've all heard this, right? The vast majority of what we communicate isn't in what we say, but how we say it, our tone, our body language. It's about learning to master that silent language, because understanding what's not being said, well, that's often where the real truth is hiding. I mean, just look at this. We can get so much information without a single word being spoken. Think about crossed arms, right? That often signals someone's defensive. Or vocal tone. Come on, we all know the difference between I'm fine and I'm fine. One is contentment, the other is pure sarcasm. By learning to read these cues, facial expressions, eye contact, the whole shebang, we get a much, much deeper, more complete picture of what's really going on in a conversation. So, at the end of the day, what does this all boil down to? Becoming a master architect of your relationships, it's not about learning clever tricks or memorizing the right things to say. It's a commitment. It's a genuine, conscious commitment to doing the hard work of really understanding another person and, just as importantly, allowing yourself to be really understood in return. So as we wrap this up, the power is really in your hands now. You have the blueprint. You have the tools. You've got everything you need to build, maintain, and even repair your relationships. The only question left is, what are you going to build? Maybe just start with one conversation, one genuine act of active listening, and just see what magnificent structures you can create from there.
That's all for this episode. Thank you for joining me on this exploration. If these ideas resonate, continue your journey toward objective meaning and authentic connection at meaningfulness.com.au, where you'll find materials and resources to engineer purpose in your life. Until next time, let's build something meaningful.